Have you ever trusted someone so completely, only to have them shatter that trust into a million pieces? For me, that person was my own aunt, Aunt Carol. We were always close, or so I thought. She was the fun aunt, the one who'd slip me extra cash for my birthday and always had the best stories. When my parents passed away, she was my rock. So when I received a significant inheritance, I didn't think twice about confiding in her. I told her about my plans, a down payment on a house, a fund for my future kids' education, a small business I'd always dreamed of starting. It was my fresh start, a legacy from my parents. One day, Aunt Carol came to me with a sob story. Her husband had lost his job. They were about to lose their house. The medical bills were piling up. It was a perfect storm of catastrophe. She asked to borrow a substantial amount, nearly half of my inheritance. She cried. She swore on her life she'd pay me back with interest within 6 months. She painted a picture of utter desperation. Seeing her in such distress, my heart went out to her. This was family. Of course, I had to help. So, I transferred the money. We didn't sign any formal documents. It was a handshake deal, a promise between family. What a mistake that was. The first few weeks were normal. She'd call, thank me profusely, and talk about how they were getting back on their feet. Then, 6 months passed. The deadline came and went. I called her, gently reminding her about our agreement. She was full of excuses. Oh, the job market is just so tough, or a new medical issue just popped up. I tried to be patient. I gave her another month, then another. The excuses started getting more and more flimsy, and her tone went from apologetic to annoyed. It was as if I was bothering her by asking for my own money back. The real red flag came when I saw a picture of her on social media. She was on a luxury cruise in the Caribbean. Her husband was grinning beside her, holding a fancy cocktail. The caption read, "Living our best life. You only live once." My blood ran cold. There they were, gallivanting around the world on my parents' legacy, on my future. I felt sick to my stomach. The betrayal was so deep, it felt like a physical blow. I called her immediately. She actually laughed. She told me the money was a gift. A gift? She said I was young and I'd make more money. She said family should help each other without expecting anything in return. Then she hung up on me. I was devastated, but then that devastation turned to pure, cold rage. She thought she could get away with it. She underestimated me. I spent the next week glued to my computer, researching every possible legal angle. I found out that even without a formal contract, a verbal agreement can be legally binding, especially if there's evidence to support it. And I had evidence. I had the bank transfer records showing the exact amount leaving my account and entering hers. I had text messages where we discussed the loan and the repayment terms. I even had voicemails from her in the early days, thanking me for the loan and promising to pay me back. She had unknowingly built my entire case for me. I gathered every piece of evidence and took it all to a lawyer. He looked over everything and a slow smile spread across his face. He said, "We've got her. This is a textbook case of fraud and breach of contract." He explained the process. We would file a civil lawsuit. The goal wasn't just to get my money back, but to get it back with interest, plus all my legal fees. The revenge wouldn't just be getting my money. It would be making her pay for the stress and the heartache she caused. I gave him the green light. Let the games begin. The moment she received the court summons was, I imagine, quite a shock. Her smug laughter probably died in her throat. Her first move was to call me, screaming. She called me ungrateful, a traitor to the family. She tried to guilt trip me, bringing up how she took care of me after my parents died. The nerve. I just calmly told her, "Talk to my lawyer," and hung up. The rest of the family got involved, of course. Some sided with her, calling me greedy. But others, once they saw the evidence I had, were horrified by her actions. The family was split right down the middle, all because of her greed. In court, it was almost comical. Aunt Carol tried to play the victim, crying crocodile tears on the stand. She claimed the money was a gift to help her through a tough time. But my lawyer was brilliant. He presented the bank statements. He played the voicemails where she explicitly called it a loan. He showed the text messages where she discussed repayment dates. Then, he brought out the piece de resistance, printouts of her social media, pictures of the cruise, the expensive dinners, the new car. He asked her, "Does this look like a family struggling to pay medical bills?" The judge was not impressed with her performance. The verdict came back swiftly. I won. I won everything. The judge ordered her to repay the full amount, plus the highest possible interest, and cover every single cent of my legal costs. But it didn't stop there. Because she had lied under oath, a perjury charge was also on the table. The legal system had come down on her like a ton of bricks. The judgment gave me the power to garnish her husband's South wages and place a lien on her house. The house she was so afraid of losing. Now, she really was in danger of losing it, all because of me. The aftermath was brutal for her. The wage garnishment started immediately. A huge chunk of her husband's paycheck went directly to me every single month. They had to sell their new car. They couldn't afford their lifestyle anymore. The luxury cruise was a distant memory. The other family members who had supported her slowly distanced themselves when they realized the full extent of her deception and the legal trouble she was in. She became a pariah. She lost her friends, her reputation, and the respect of her family. Did I feel bad? Honestly, no. She didn't just steal my money. She stole my future. She preyed on my grief and my trust. My revenge wasn't just about the cash. It was about justice. It was about proving that you can't just destroy someone else's life and expect to get away with it, especially not when you're family. I took the money she repaid, and I finally put that down payment on a house. I started my small business. I rebuilt the future she tried to take from me. I learned a hard lesson. Trust is precious, and sometimes the people closest to you are the ones you have to watch out for the most. My relationship with Aunt Carol is gone forever, but in its place, I have my self-respect and the satisfaction of knowing that justice was served. Thanks for listening to my story. It's a crazy one, I know. If you've ever been through something similar, let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed this, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more stories. See you next time.